Hey all you historians! Today we're taking a look at none other than the civilization of ancient Egypt. So a quick background check. Ancient Egypt formed next to the River Nile due to its fertile soil and easy access to water. This civilization was born during the early periods of the Neolithic era, and what originally started off as a tiny village grew into cities and eventually into districts or nomes. These nomes would clump together to form administrative centers. Some notable ones would be Memphis, Thebes, and Thinis. But what makes ancient Egypt so unique? First off, the Egyptians called their king by the title Pharaoh or Fir'aun, and he sat at the top of the social pyramid. Pun intended. The levels of the social pyramid then branches off to include the elites of Egyptian society, followed by the working class citizens, and finally the slaves. Life in the big city was filled with hustle and bustle. The city functioned as the governing center, religious center, main trading ports, and was the most sought-after living area. Even the pharaoh lived there. Ancient Egypt was huge and required a structured ruling system that was led by the pharaoh. However, running a city is not a one-man job, so the pharaoh hired the elites to help maintain the peace and organize the courts. The pharaoh also instructed monks or rahib to be in charge of religious matters and scribes to keep track of government records. Did you know that the pharaohs of Egypt weren't all men, as several women also once held the title? In fact, Pharaoh Hatshepsut ordered a canal to be built which turned Egypt's desert lands into a fertilized field. Now that we've talked about the rulers, let's take a look at the people and the economy. The people of Egypt were involved in job specialization, as many worked as artisans, potters, and weavers. Egypt's economy relied heavily on the export of textile and paper. However, gold mining was also carried out in Nubia. In order to record the daily administrations, the Egyptians formed a written system called hieroglyphs, which were based off of a combination of pictures, symbols, and sounds. Hieroglyphs also played an important part in keeping track of religious rituals. The ancient Egyptians believed in polytheism, which is the belief in more than one god. Each god that was prayed to was associated with the natural elements. For example, Re was the god of the sun, and Amun was god of the wind. The Egyptians also believed in life after death. Hence, they preserved their dead in the form of mummies and would bury them with valuables to be used in their afterlife. So what has ancient Egypt contributed? Many things actually. The ancient Egyptians were highly intellectual people and excelled in the fields of medicine, mathematics, which was used to control floods, and astronomy, which gave us the 12-month calendar that we still use today. The Egyptians were so skilled that Imhotep was able to design huge brick structures named pyramids to be used as the burial sites of their pharaohs. Clearly, the Egyptians valued knowledge, and so they created an educational system for the children of the elite, which succeeded due to the invention of paper made from papyrus plants. Wow! The ancient Egyptians sure achieved and contributed their fair share towards society. But how about other civilizations? What did they accomplish? Well, if you're dying to know, stay tuned for the next episode.
Created using Powtoon.